Imagine the heart-pounding terror of a lone black woman, bound to an ancient oak tree in the shadowy depths of a forgotten forest, her cries swallowed by the night as a vicious gang circles like wolves, until she whispers one desperate call into a hidden phone, summoning her Delta Force husband, a ghost from the shadows, ready to unleash hell. This isn't just a story. It's a roller coaster of revenge, love, and unbreakable bonds that will grip your soul from the first word. If you're in the USA or UK craving edge-of-your-seat thrills that blend raw emotion with explosive action, hit that subscribe button right now. Join thousands who've unlocked exclusive tales, behind-the-scenes twists, and adrenaline-fueled updates delivered straight to you. Subscribe today and never miss a beat. Your next obsession awaits. In the dim glow of a waning moon filtering through the dense canopy of an old-growth forest on the outskirts of a sleepy Georgia town, where the air hung heavy with the scent of pine and impending rain, Maya Thompson found herself in a nightmare she never imagined could touch her ordinary life as a high school teacher and devoted wife. Her wrists were bound tightly with coarse rope that bit into her skin, tying her to the rough bark of a massive oak tree that had stood sentinel for centuries, its gnarled roots twisting like veins beneath the earth. And as the 5 masked figures of the notorious Viper Gang loomed over her, their laughter echoing like thunderclaps in the stillness, she felt the cold steel of a knife press against her throat. A chilling reminder that this was no random act but a calculated strike born from a web of secrets she had only begun to unravel. Maya, a striking woman in her mid-30s with deep ebony skin that gleamed under the faint light and eyes that held the fire of resilience forged in the fires of her ancestors' struggles, had always prided herself on her strength, growing up in the vibrant but tough neighborhoods of Atlanta where she learned to navigate life's hardships with grace and grit. But now, as the gang's leader, a burly man known only as Razor, his face obscured by a ski mask but his voice dripping with malice, hissed threats about unpaid debts and hidden betrayals, she realized this tied back to her husband's shadowy past, a past he had buried deep to protect their quiet life together. Her mind raced back to how it all started just hours earlier, when she had been driving home from a late parent-teacher conference, her old sedan humming along the winding rural road, the radio playing soft jazz to soothe her weary soul after a day of inspiring young minds, many of whom reminded her of her own youth marked by dreams deferred but never abandoned. Suddenly, a black SUV swerved in front of her, forcing her to slam on the brakes, and before she could react, rough hands yanked her from the car, blindfolding her and dragging her into the vehicle where the stench of cigarette smoke and sweat assaulted her senses, whispering ominous words about settling scores that made her heart pound like a war drum. As they drove deeper into the woods, the blindfold was removed, revealing the gang's hideout. A dilapidated cabin overgrown with vines, lit by flickering lanterns that cast eerie shadows on walls plastered with faded wanted posters and maps, marked with red X's indicating their illicit operations in drug trafficking and extortion that plagued the southern states. Razor, peeling off his mask to reveal a scarred face etched with years of violence, explained with a sneer that her husband, Lieutenant Marcus Thompson, had once infiltrated their ranks during a classified Delta Force mission years ago, posing as a low-level enforcer to dismantle their network from within. But in the chaos of the bust, Razor had escaped, nursing a grudge that festered like an open wound, vowing revenge on the man who had cost him his empire and his freedom. Maya, her voice steady despite the fear clawing at her insides, demanded to know why they targeted her instead of Marcus directly, to which Razor chuckled darkly, saying, "Because breaking him through you will be sweeter. He'll come running, and when he does, we'll end it all." Little did they know Maya wasn't just any victim. She had been trained by Marcus in basic self-defense and survival tactics, a remnant of his paranoid protectiveness after his tours in Afghanistan and Iraq, where he had earned his stripes as one of the elite Delta Force operators, ghosts in the machine of modern warfare, executing high-stakes rescues and takedowns with precision that bordered on the supernatural. In a moment of distraction as one of the gang members argued over watch shifts, Maya managed to slip her hand into her pocket, feeling the familiar shape of her emergency phone. A burner device Marcus insisted she carry, programmed with a single speed dial number that connected directly to his secure line, bypassing all traces. With trembling fingers, she pressed the button, whispering urgently into the receiver before a gang member snatched it away. smashing it under his boot, but not before the call connected. Her words, "Marcus, the Vipers have me." Forest off Route 52, echoing into the void, a beacon that would summon the storm. Miles away in their modest home on the edge of town, Marcus Thompson, a towering figure with chiseled features and skin the color of rich mahogany, his body a map of scars from battles fought in distant lands, was pacing the living room, his Delta Force instincts tingling with unease when Maya didn't return on time. At 42, he had retired from active duty 5 years prior, trading the adrenaline of covert ops for a civilian job as a security consultant. But the warrior within never truly slept. Always vigilant, always prepared. The phone buzzed, an encrypted satellite link that only Maya knew how to access, and her frantic voice pierced the night, igniting a fire in his veins that propelled him into action. Without hesitation, he grabbed his go-bag from the closet, stocked with tactical gear, suppressed weapons, night vision goggles, and an array of gadgets honed from years in the shadows, his mind shifting into operator mode, calculating distances, terrain, and enemy numbers based on fragmented intel from old files he kept hidden. As he sped toward the coordinates in his armored truck, a relic from his service days modified for stealth and speed, flashbacks assaulted him. The original mission against the Vipers, a domestic terrorist group masquerading as a street gang, involved in smuggling arms across borders, where he had gone undercover, earning their trust through staged heists and brutal initiations, only to orchestrate a raid that decimated their leadership. Except for Razor, who slipped the net like a phantom, vanishing into the criminal underworld. Marcus had thought it over, but now, with Maya's life on the line, regret mingled with rage. He loved her fiercely, their marriage a sanctuary built on mutual respect and shared dreams. Meeting her at a community event where she was advocating for underprivileged kids, her passion mirroring his own hidden desire for a normal life after the horrors of war. Arriving at the forest's edge, he parked silently, melting into the darkness like the elite soldier he was, his movements fluid and soundless as he donned his gear, the weight of his M4 carbine familiar in his hands, suppressor attached to muffle the inevitable confrontation. Creeping through the underbrush, guided by thermal imaging that picked up heat signatures around the cabin, he counted 5 hostiles, one of them Maya tied to the tree 50 yards out, her form slumped but alive, her spirit unbroken as she tested the ropes subtly, drawing on every ounce of courage. The first twist came as Marcus positioned himself for a sniper shot, aiming at the sentry patrolling the perimeter. But just as he squeezed the trigger, a hidden 6th member emerged from the shadows, a young recruit barely out of his teens, spotting the glint of Marcus's scope and firing wildly, alerting the others in a hail of bullets that forced Marcus to roll for cover, bark exploding around him as the gang mobilized, Razor bellowing orders to fan out and hunt the intruder. What Marcus didn't know yet was that this wasn't just about old grudges. Razor had evolved the Vipers into something more sinister, allying with a corrupt local sheriff who provided protection in exchange for a cut of their profits. And tonight's kidnapping was bait not only for revenge but to draw Marcus into a trap that would expose classified Delta Force operations. Information Razor had gleaned from a hacked database sold on the dark web. As gunfire erupted, Maya twisted against her bonds, the rope fraying slightly from her earlier efforts, her mind racing with memories of their life together. Lazy Sundays in bed, whispered promises under starlit skies, the way Marcus's eyes softened only for her, a vulnerability he showed no one else. Marcus, dodging bullets with the grace of a panther, took down the young recruit with a precise shot to the leg, non-lethal to avoid unnecessary blood. But the others closed in, their AK-47s chattering in the night, forcing him to improvise. He lobbed a flashbang grenade scavenged from his bag, the explosion disorienting the gang as he advanced, picking them off one by one. A knee shot here, a shoulder wound there, his training emphasizing containment over kill when possible. But Razor, cunning as ever, circled back to Maya, pressing the knife to her throat again, shouting, "Show yourself, Thompson, or she bleeds out." The standoff froze time, Marcus emerging from the trees with hands raised, his weapon slung but ready, his voice calm as steel. "Let her go, Razor. This is between us." But in a shocking twist, as Razor monologued about his plans to sell Marcus's secrets to foreign adversaries, one of his own men. A undercover FBI agent planted months ago to dismantle the gang from within, turned on him, drawing a hidden pistol and shouting "Federal Agent" before a shot rang out, grazing Razor but sparking chaos as loyalties fractured, the gang turning on each other in paranoia. Maya, seizing the moment, snapped the weakened rope with a surge of adrenaline, grabbing a fallen branch and swinging it at the nearest thug, cracking his knee and buying Marcus time to dive for cover, retrieving his weapon and unleashing suppressed fire that neutralized threats without fatality where possible, his Delta Force ethos of precision shining through. As the dust settled, the FBI agent revealed himself as Agent Reyes, explaining the deeper conspiracy. Razor had been funded by a rogue arms dealer with ties to international cartels, and Maya's kidnapping was meant to lure Marcus into revealing Delta Force safe houses during interrogation. But the plan unraveled with Reyes's intervention. Yet, another twist loomed. Marcus discovered through intercepted comms that the sheriff, a childhood friend turned corrupt, had orchestrated the leak of his identity, betraying him for personal gain, leading to a high-speed pursuit as the sheriff fled the scene. Marcus and Reyes teaming up in an improvised alliance, tires screeching on rain-slicked roads as they cornered him at an abandoned mill, the confrontation culminating in a fistfight atop creaking beams. Marcus's combat skills prevailing as he subdued the traitor, uncovering evidence of a larger network threatening national security. In the aftermath, as dawn broke over the forest, painting the leaves in golden hues, Maya and Marcus reunited in a fierce embrace, her tears mingling with his, their bonds strengthened by the ordeal. But the story didn't end there, for whispers of remaining Viper remnants surfaced, pulling them into a cross-country chase from the humid south to the bustling streets of New York, where urban jungles hid new dangers, Maya discovering hidden strengths within herself, training alongside Marcus to become an unlikely partner in the fight, their love evolving into a partnership of equals. Twists multiplied. A long-lost brother of Razor emerged as the true mastermind, a tech-savvy hacker manipulating events from afar, forcing Marcus to confront ghosts from his military past, including a botched mission that haunted him, where he had lost comrades to friendly fire, a secret he had kept from Maya until now, testing their marriage as forgiveness and understanding wove through the narrative. They infiltrated underground clubs in Chicago, decoded encrypted files in seedy motels, and evaded assassins in the neon glow of Las Vegas, each chapter revealing layers of betrayal, from government insiders selling secrets to personal vendettas rooted in Marcus's undercover days, where he had fathered a child unknowingly with a gang affiliate, now a teenager drawn into the fray, adding emotional depth as Maya helped navigate the reunion, her compassion bridging divides. The climax built in the rugged mountains of Colorado, where the brother orchestrated a final ambush in a snow-swept cabin, drones buzzing overhead with lethal payloads, Marcus using his Delta Force ingenuity to rig traps with household items, turning the tide in a blizzard of bullets and explosions, Maya saving the day by hacking a drone with skills learned on the fly, her teacher's adaptability proving as vital as Marcus's brawn. In the end, as the villains fell and justice prevailed, they returned home, forever changed, their story a testament to resilience, love conquering all, but with a final twist. A mysterious envelope arrived, hinting at another threat, leaving the door open for endless possibilities. Their journey far from over in a world where shadows lingered. Expanding on this, the narrative delved deeper into Maya's backstory, born to immigrant parents from Nigeria who instilled in her the value of education as a ladder out of poverty. Her childhood marked by books borrowed from libraries and dreams of teaching to empower others. Meeting Marcus at a veterans support group where she volunteered, their connection instant, a spark that ignited a whirlwind romance leading to marriage within a year. His proposal under that same oak tree, now tainted by trauma, a symbol they reclaimed in healing. Marcus's Delta Force days were painted in vivid detail, missions in the deserts of the Middle East where he rescued hostages under cover of night. His team a brotherhood forged in fire, but the toll evident in nightmares that Maya soothed with gentle words, her presence his anchor. The gang's operations were explored through flashbacks, Razor's rise from street thug to kingpin, influenced by abusive father and systemic failures, humanizing him slightly without excusing his crimes, adding nuance to the villainy. Twists included a double cross by Agent Reyes, Revealed as a mole for the arms dealer, forcing a betrayal mid-chase, Marcus and Maya escaping a rigged explosion in a warehouse. Their trust shattered but rebuilt through communication. They allied with Marcus's old Delta buddy, a grizzled veteran named Jax, who provided air support via a borrowed chopper, leading to aerial dogfights over canyons. Maya's pregnancy, discovered post-rescue, added stakes, her determination to protect their future child fueling her involvement, learning marksmanship and strategy, transforming from victim to heroine. The story wove in social commentary on racial injustices, Maya's experiences as a Black woman in America highlighting disparities in safety and opportunity, contrasted with Marcus's military service defending a nation that often overlooked his community's struggles. Their dialogue rich with reflections on identity and equality. International elements emerged as the plot expanded to the UK, where the arms dealer's base was in London, pulling in MI6 agents for a transatlantic alliance, Maya navigating cultural differences with wit, bonding over tea with a female operative who shared stories of breaking glass ceilings in intelligence. Twists there involved a fake death, Marcus staging his own to draw out enemies, leaving Maya heartbroken temporarily, only for emotional reunion in the fog-shrouded streets of fog-shrouded London. Big Ben tolling in the background. Back in the USA, the finale shifted to Washington, D.C., exposing congressional corruption tied to the gang. A Senate hearing where Maya testified, her eloquence turning the tide, Marcus providing security amid assassination attempts. Their child, born amidst the chaos, symbolized hope, the family emerging stronger, the narrative spanning seasons and emotions, from fear to triumph, love's enduring power the core thread. Yet, in a meta-twist, the story revealed itself as inspired by real events, blurred lines between fiction and reality, leaving readers pondering the hidden wars in everyday shadows.